Hi folks, Mark Hoja here again. Today we're going to look at a training program. What is the best program for you if you're going to be doing IELTS or TOEFL or PTE? What does your training schedule look like?
Okay, so what topics are we going to discuss today? We're going to look at these 5 topics and let's just get started. So, what level should you be before you study IELTS, TOEFL or Pearson? You should really, if you want to get these scores, which are good scores that will get you into most universities, you should really be C1 level. It is possible to start at B2, but you need to be a strong B2. One big mistake that students make is they start studying for these exams too early, and they find it really, really difficult. And quite often students take the exam 3, 4, 5 times before they pass, and this is a big mistake. If you get to this level, then you should pass the exam the first time. Okay, so we have 2 kinds of studying with a teacher and studying at home. Both are very important. So most students take 2 2-hour lessons each week. This is a minimum for preparation for these exams. Some students take 3 2-hour lessons each week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. This is probably the maximum. You don't want to do more than this because you need to have time to study and think and prepare at home. And to do a rough calculation of how much time you need to study at home, you multiply, that's times, your class lessons by 2. So you're looking at 8 to 10 hours of study at home. So what's this? It's a total of 12 to 14 hours per week. It's a big commitment. This is if you want to pass the exam quickly and easily. If you have more time, for example, if you have 1 year or 2 years, then you can change these numbers. So what kind of things do we do when we're working on at home or in class? So when you're working by yourself, doing self-study, there are 2 main ideas. Self-study involves regular study. So these are things that you do. The teacher doesn't talk to you about these. You just do them yourself, and you do them almost every day. And then there are specific assignments that your teacher will give you when the teacher has decided that you're ready to do specific areas and prepare for the exam. In class, of course, you want to focus on practice. This is the time to do your speaking practice. It's the time to ask questions. It's the time to get assistance on your reading and listening where you're having problems. And most importantly, it's a time where you can get feedback on your writing. And your teacher will help you improve that, of course. So here is really a rough idea of the amount of time you need to spend in each area. Another big mistake students make is they think, oh, I just need to take some classes and I'm going to pass. But actually, if you spend more time at home, then you have a much higher chance of being successful. So 70-30 is a good idea. Let's look at home. Now, here are 4 areas I think that are key to being successful in the exam. Air training, which I'll talk about a bit later. Casual reading, I will also talk about, and building up your vocabulary. These are the numbers of times you should be doing these each week. So you should be training your ear 3 to 5 times a week, casual reading 3 to 5. Vocabulary obviously is extremely important, and you should really be working on that almost every day. And then you have your assignments from your teacher, which might be improving your speaking confidence, preparing an essay, or maybe there are some grammar issues like modal verbs, conditionals, connectors, something like this that you need to do pay some special attention to. So, which one do you think is the most important? Well, clearly in the beginning, vocabulary is the most important thing, particularly looking at synonyms. Synonyms, words which have the same meaning, are a huge part of these exams. This is the really big focus for you in the beginning, but later, once you have a good vocabulary, where are you going to spend most of your time? What do you think is the most important? So later on, the two key areas you need to get really good at are speaking and writing. These are the last areas that students usually look at, and so they tend to be the most challenging for them. The earlier you start working on these areas, the better and easier it's going to be in your study program. Okay, last thing we will look at is just the 3 key regular study areas. So ear training, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about using a website like Breaking News English and just doing dictation style exercises so that you can hear English words. So we're not trying to study exam techniques here, we're just trying to be able to hear the word. If you can't hear the word, you can't possibly answer the question. So the progression, once you feel comfortable with just doing basic listening, you can use the exam preparation materials to study listening at a higher level. I've created a video all about this, which you can see in the description to this YouTube video. Casual reading? Casual reading means exactly what it says. It's reading for fun. We're not looking for vocabulary, we're not looking for complex issues, we're just reading to improve our reading speed. And this should be a book that you are interested in. One I recommend is Penguin Readers, or any kind of reader, which is a book that is based on your level. You want to get a book where maybe only 2% of the words are unknown to you. So you're basically just reading. The idea here is it should be fun. You grab a cup of coffee, sit in the sunshine, read a book, and just enjoy the process of reading. Once you've completed a few of these and you feel very comfortable with them, you can move up to the exam study books. The last one, of course, is vocabulary, which, as we said in the beginning, was the most important. I've designed a user system which I think is the best system on the internet for learning vocabulary, and it uses a lot of the scientifically proven success techniques. It involves using flashcards and it involves spaced repetition, which any language expert will tell you are key to developing your vocabulary. I've created a video that will help you look at this, and again, you can see in the description area a link for this. So that was a very quick introduction. Hopefully you realize that you need a good program, and you will need to commit lots of time, a minimum of 12 hours every week. So you should feel more comfortable now that you have a clear idea of what is required. Please share this video with your friends if you think it's useful, and of course you can subscribe and click the bell so that you know when new videos are added to this channel. So thanks for your time, and I hope to see you again in the future. Good luck with your studies.